right into it, and please, by all means, just chime in if you have a question while I'm going through it. So the first step is just creating a project name. So I'll just say we're calling this test, and the room space I'll say is laundry room. So we'll just do like a simple laundry room cabinet. So this is what the app looks like when you sign in. A quick side note, if you're in the free trial, you will not have the ability to save or download your projects. That's the one thing, the main thing that you can't do. So you won't get a shopping list as a result of your project, and you can't download it. However, if you are doing the free trial and you are actually using it for a project, you can always screenshot, the view and still use it for your client purposes. So there's that. The other thing that you can't do in the free trial is save products to your favorite products list. But once you officially subscribe, you have access to all of those things. So I'll talk a little bit about what those are, but just wanted to share that as the main differences between the free trial and the subscription. And sorry that I'm continuing to look up because my screen is on the other one, so I probably don't look like I'm looking at the camera at all. Okay, so we start out with, so we have two different types of spaces that we've created this for. So the one is shelves. So shelves can be anything from actual shelves to cabinets to closets to even drawers. And Lori gave us a cool little hack to show a drawer, which I was really excited about because we didn't consider drawers from a closet perspective, because our thought is typically if you're doing a new closet, whether it's Alpha or with a closet company, you have the proprietary closet application to design everything with that. But if you are actually refreshing an existing closet, that might be helpful. So I'll show you what that little hack is that I thought was great. So basically anything, the shelves are going to be anything that you're looking forward facing to. So it could be anything. The drawer is anything that you're looking top down. So the drawers are, you're opening the drawer, you've got your different things that you're putting in there, and you're playing the product Tetris game. That's the looking down portion of it. So it's a top-down view versus a front-facing view. That's basically the two main ways that you can use it for the design. So we'll just do a shelf for all intents and purposes because that's a little more complex than the drawers. We do have the ability to zoom in, which I'm going to do so we can see it easier. We also have the ability to turn off the grid if you don't like the lines. The grids are 1 foot by 1 foot scale. So the other question that has come up quite a bit is the size of the canvas. So this area is called the canvas, and the size is 8 foot by 8 foot, which can be limiting if you have a space wider than 8 feet or taller than 8 feet. At the moment, that is what it is. Hopefully we'll over time be able to expand it. I think it has something to do with the download capability. We needed to box it in somehow, and also the different screen sizes that we're working with. So hopefully over time we'll be able to change that and have the ability to make it wider. In the meantime, I would just say if you have the ability to break up your project into sections, then you can just kind of break it up that way and then piece it all together. That's the best. Or if you are really savvy and you wanted to just change the scale, then you could always change the scale. So right now everything is to scale by inches or feet. So if you wanted to change the scale to be a little smaller, then you could do that too. So with the shelves, so the default is always going to be the 4 shelves showing. You can change this anything from 1 shelf to 10 shelves. So I'll just show you, you can apply in 1 shelf, you change it to 3, and you can apply, and now there's 3 shelves. You then have the ability to change the width. So we just have default dimensions in here, but all of those dimensions are changeable. So we'll change the width to 20 inches for this project. We'll change the shelf heights to 14 inches, which we know shelf heights are never exactly even, but you have the ability to put in anything to the 100th of an inch. So if you wanted to get really granular, you have the ability to. So this is just going to be an upper laundry cabinet. And on the left-hand side, the next step would be to add your product. So we have our favorite products section, which is going to be what you can add products to this section yourself. And that's all the products that you're using on a regular basis that you don't want to have to create from scratch. So I have a couple of products in here just that I've been playing around with, but not necessarily using it. So like the line of spin, I don't even know if the right information's in there. I'm just using it for testing purposes. But you'll see that we have the name, so you can name it whatever you want to name it. The width, the length, the height, the store that you get it from, the price point, and then the purchase link. The purchase link is important. That comes into play when you download the project and you actually have the shopping list. And so the shopping list will have the links for all of the products for you so that you can easily, whether you're sharing it with your team for somebody on your team to go purchase, or whether you're sharing it with your client if you have your client purchase. So that's just nice not to have to recreate the wheel every time. We have the product catalog, which will be growing over time. So right now, we just have 3 families of products in the product catalog. The multi-purpose bins from Container Store, those stainless white bins from Container Store, and then the everyday drawer organizers from Container Store. So we just went with like commonly used products and just wanted to have an idea of, just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Our goal is to start adding more things to the product catalog, and the other goal of the product catalog is we'll create filters over time so that you can easily find products by size, as well as, wherever you're shopping, all the things. And the other nice thing about the product catalog is that we can actually make the product a little more realistic as to how it looks. So like the multi-purpose bins, just to give you an idea, like it looks a little more like the multi-purpose bins versus just a regular rectangle. The white bins, I'll show you. And everything is drag and drop. So that's the side. So just to give you an idea of what the different, so that's already in the system with the proper dimensions, with the proper price point, with the actual purchase link. So all of that's already in there for you. So again, the goal is to have all the products that we know and love and use on a regular basis in the product catalog eventually, but that will take a little bit of time as we want to work closely with the product companies to get their buy-in and all of that. So hopefully we'll be growing that regularly. So for purposes of this demo, I'll just go ahead and delete everything here. And we also have to create the product. So the create a product is really just where you're going to be able to put in your own dimensions for the products that you're using, name it whatever you want to name it, and also add the link to where you can purchase it from, as well as the price point. So we can add a container. So a container would be anything that's going to be front facing, and we can rename it. We'll just call it a line of spin, and we'll say the width is 8 inches by 6 inches tall by, let's say 8 inches deep. We'll say that's from Container Store. I don't know how much it is, but I'll just put in generic link for now. If you want to, if you actually have a product that you're utilizing, if you go to the Container Store website, you're finding the product that you're looking for. To copy and paste that, you can't do the keyboard for this because it will copy and paste it in the canvas. So you just have to click in the box and click paste the old-fashioned way for any links that you're adding to this area. And so once I've added everything in, I'm going to hit apply, and that's going to change the size of the container on the screen on the canvas. And so now if I want to use that same container for a couple different areas, then I can either hit the copy button over on the right-hand side under edit, or I can do Control-C, Control-V, or Command-C, Command-V if you have a Mac, and add that here. And so if I want to use these two products also on the top shelf, then I can just take these, I can hit Shift to grab both of them at the same time, Control C, Control V, and move that up. And so now you'll see each of these still has all the same information that you put in, so you only have to put it in once. If this was a container that I'm using all the time, I can always add it to my favorite products here, and that would then go and show up over on the favorite products list. And then on the bottom shelf, I'm just going to bring over the multi-purpose bins so you can see the difference. And I can also copy and paste that and add that here. So that's a simple laundry top cabinet. And then for text, my thought with the text is that you can use it twofold. You can use the text to describe what products you're using, especially for the multi-purpose bins, that should be obvious, but if there's different sizes that you're using for the project, then you might want to define it, especially if you have a team or assistants working with you. For the create the products where it's just going to be a rectangular shape, you may want to define what products are going where, and then also define what categories are going in those products. So it's kind of a twofold scenario. So like for instance, this first shelf, I'm just going to say it's for all laundry products. So I can say laundry products here, but then I can also, and with the text, you can change the size. So if you need it to fit a certain space, you can make it smaller, you can make it larger, whatever. You can also change the font type. So if we wanted to change the font to Georgia, so we can do that. And then I can just say multi here. And I can make that smaller so it fits. And then I can just copy and paste that and relabel this Linus bins. And copy and paste that up here. And then for the categories that are going on these shelves, I'll just say this is cleaning products. And then up here, paper towels. And if you want double lines or triple lines, you just hit enter and that'll give you the double lines. So super simple, drag and drop function is easy to use. The shelves you can change around as much as you want. If I wanted to copy and paste this whole thing over, I can. So if you have multiple shelves or connecting shelves, whatever, like I really recommend just using the copy and paste function as often as possible. And even if you use the copy and paste for the shelf, for instance, you can still go in and change this shelf. If this shelf is going to have 4 shelves instead of 3 and just different heights that are going to equal whatever's over here, you can do that as well. So lots of options. I'm going to undo that. I also recommend saving frequently. So we do not have an autosave function at the moment. So save as often as possible just so that you don't lose anything. And then we would download. And so when we download this, you're always going to get this little message saying your changes may not be saved, but if you did, just hit the save button, you're good. If you didn't, then it is a good friendly reminder that you may want to save it before downloading. So the download will show you, this is what the download looks like for purposes of your clients. If you want, like if it's a smaller space, like drawers, for instance, are going to be much smaller to scale. If you want to make it larger, like I would just screenshot the actual project and put it into a Word file or a PowerPoint or whatever is going to be easier for you. Let me go back to the shopping list. So this is what the